Hello everyone. I am Giang, coming quite far from here, and I'm very happy to be here today to share with you the story from Vietnam and what I've learned over the last few years when I started this. So I think I need to go a slide back. Yep. So, first, community actions and trust building, and that's really what I like to share today, because when I was asked to come here and give a talk, one of the organizers said, "What is firing you up? What is inside you that really you want to share with people?" And as I look back at my journey, the thing that really make me feel so deeply emotional and feel so personal is trust. In this journey, I've been able to grow myself personally, and I'm seeing trust among the community, and that's how it's all so important when you talk about Vietnam, a country that now is really facing lots of consequences of our very quick growth strategies and only hope for the quick fix. And suddenly we found ourselves in a city of pollution, traffic congestion, issues of lack of food, safe and healthy food. Why we are in this mess? And we found that we don't trust our government to make good decisions. We don't trust our fellow citizens. And how can we live if we don't trust? And it's not talking?
Yes.
Oop.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Oh, should I say... okay. There's a machine. So should I go back and talk from the beginning? Oh, yeah. Okay, you got it. Yeah. Okay. So trust is really the what inspire me in all this work. And so first, when I decided to found Action for the City in 2006, people questioned me. Who are you? Why do you want to do an NGO? It's not even a law on NGO. There's a law on business for 20 years, and there's nothing but NGO. Why do you want to step in an NGO? And who are you? Are you working with your environmental scientist or you are urban planner? I'm none of these things. How dare I think about setting up an NGO that works on urban issue? And the answer I have is, because I want good food. Because I want the streets that are not crowded, that actually there's good traffic. Because I want more green space in the city. And I can't just wait around for someone to do it. I better do it myself. And if no one trusts anyone, if you don't trust the government, you can trust me. I do it. Anyway, it sounds good, but it doesn't go that way. It's not. But that's what I believe is you can trust me. Yes, you can trust me. So, first thing is we start coming to really poor neighborhood. It happened to be right next to our office. So our decision is, why not working where we are based? We are here. And the community we first start working, one of the poorest in Hanoi, it's severe poverty. It's a place for migrants who come to the city seeking job. We have huge rural population moving to the city, seeking new opportunity. And this neighborhood are full of migrants, and they work in a very low wage and very poor conditions. So besides this poverty issue, the area, as you can see here, full of trash. They have a lot of pollution right on the riverbank, and there's issues of waste management, issue of access to clean water, and more than that, the issues of exclusion. This community here seen as unwanted part of the city, and it gives people who live there such a low self-esteem. They are not really value who they are. I'm poor. I am a guest in the city. I live in the poorest part and the most polluted part of the city, what do I have to be proud of? So it's the where we start with the community. And plus, on top of that, when we first come, there's the issue of trust again. Migrant people and resident, why do I want to trust these people? They are migrant, they come to the city. And so, and I'm a resident, I'm from Hanoi. We have nothing to share. There's issues of trust, and there's the issue of trust between the local government and migrants. The local government see migrants as potential threat. They come here and they have a lot of anger. Then very easy to stay away from them rather than engage. And then on top of that, myself, I have as a nonprofit, the trust of the community. I just like, you look with glasses and you don't look like one of us. Who are you to come here and what are you trying to do here? So the community look at us with some suspicion. On top of that, the government with questions like, what do you have to offer? You are not an environmentalist by training, urban planning. What do you have to offer? And by the way, do you have big money? And so it's when you see that area, when we talk, first time when we came, everybody start talking to us about you need billions of dong, which translate into like hundreds of thousands of dollars to clean this entire area that full of trash and used to be a dumpster. And it's like right in the land between the two big bridge in the city, that landmark, very beautiful bridge, but the land around it full of trash. So when we first come, the government said, if you don't have legitimacy, at least you have money. I said, even money we don't have. So let's see what we have. Oh. Okay, so we said we don't have money. We don't really an expert in anything, but we come here we wanted to work with the community. And where shall we start? We start with the first group of women who also want to have a better life in the city. This first group of women want a cleaner community. They want to produce some vegetable for themselves. They want to reduce the trash. So we first start with a small group of women who start composting. That's what they know how to do the best. They are from the countryside. So we start what they want and what they can do best. What they can do best is to do composting and small plot of garden. So imagine in front of you a huge area of trash, and it starts with a very small garden plot by one person. And when she first came, her husband said, don't you dare to go there. It's really dirty, it's dangerous, it's where drug addicts. You should not, you stay away from that. And then the woman said, well, I want to do a garden. So she started clear up a small plot of land. And next come another woman. And next come another woman. Very soon, before we even realize, one day when we go by the bridge and looking down with what used to be a dumpster, you saw green vegetable garden. And it costs nothing. It's not billions of not hundreds of thousands of dollars. It costs nothing. All it takes is some woman who want to do some vegetable and come together with some people like myself who come in and visit the garden, and we talk about how to do it. So you can see on this side now that used to be a dumpster. It used to be trash and trash and trash, and now you can see the entire area turned into garden. And what next is after the garden, people start talking, we want a good road to access the garden because it used to be abandoned place, so there's no actually good access to go into the garden. And next come into coming together and make a road that is easy for us to get into our garden. And how do we start that? The government get money. They have a pocket of money, but they said, we don't trust these people to make a good road. If we make a road here, they will start building more and taking more land from us. So rather keep it unwanted, keep it not nice, so no one will take over the land. That's the rationale for not making change. What we do is that we have a small community competition. We said, let's see who can raise the most money within the community. And then if you have some money within your community, as an NGO, we will do fundraising outside. We leverage what you raise yourself. So After about 1 year, we have 1 kilometer of road made by the community. It's not shiny. It's not like, very like brand new road. It is what people use from recycling construction material. We went to the site, they take the unused brick, they build themselves with very low cost. But there is a road now that go and get access to the garden. And what happened is after the road, people start talking about how about play space for children. And then next come playground in a poor neighborhood. It's unheard of. Even for a city in Hanoi, even rich people don't have public space. Don't talk to me about poor people have access to public space. It's not even a choice. But it happened. People here said, we can do it. And next, after our road, there's a good piece of land all along. People started coming out and put one small seesaw for kids to play, and next one come another. So for me, the image going through on the bridge and looking at all of this garden and then seeing children actually playing outside and enjoying their space is actually the answer for all the questions of no, you can't do it. Actually, we come back, we can do it. And so word start getting out, and we start having visit by more and more community, and the media get involved, and the word spread out that actually right in the middle of Hanoi, in this very crowded, polluted city, something happening. The irony is it happened in the poorest part of town. It's not happened in the most promising part of town. It happened where you least expect it to happen. And what happened is I come back to the journey of trust. We gradually gain trust. In the beginning, when I came to the university and I talked to the architect and they said, who are you by training? I'm sociologist. I'm not talking to sociologists. You are not an architect. You don't have anything to talk to me. And now I take them to the garden and say, yeah, I'm a sociologist, but look, this is a garden, and we have something. And then so I gain the trust of those professionals, and they start coming and say, okay, I can help you to design a small play space, or help the community to draw how to make the road. So gaining one by one. The architect came. After the architect, we have the university professor who said, oh, I want to bring students here, because that's something I'm teaching about, but I have nothing to show them. And here coming more university students, so more and more people start coming in. So the trust that I gain is now spread out to more and more people, and they start coming and coming. And what happened, which is very amazing, is that the government, who doesn't really think much of a small NGO, start hearing about this. So a government from another city, Da Nang, not Hanoi, Da Nang is a third largest city in Vietnam and very up and coming city. They came out and they said, we want to do this in our city. So they start working on the same thing in their city. And now, after they work in Da Nang city, work really well, then they will talk to the government in Hanoi. So it's actually not my job. Things started happening on their own, and one person doesn't have to do much of the work. So what do I learn from all of this until today? What I really learned, my key learning, is when we are living in the seas of uncertainty, the seas of lack of trust, we don't trust our government. We don't trust ourselves. Poor people don't trust rich people. Workers do not trust businesses. And government do not trust NGO. We live in the world of suspicions, at least in my case. We start by having people believing in themselves. Once people start seeing the light in themselves, they are able to see the light in other people. And that's what I learned, is once this woman started planting the first vegetable garden, feeling proud that I am a farmer coming from the rural area, but I can do something. And that's my garden. It's a very good example for people in the city. Then once they trust themselves, there's some power in this. And from the first group, then we will be able to make more and more groups in the community. And I think that's a key learning, is to build the belief, the trust in oneself. And in my journey, I believe in myself, and I was able to inspire other people with the trust, that the belief that I have. And then on a more technical term, for an NGO and a civil society in a not very friendly environment for an NGO, what we learn a lot is about social and political legitimacy. Social legitimacy, when we come in the community, said, oh, we don't trust any educated, anyone who look professional. We have enough of you. You do not really make our life better. How do we gain social legitimacy among people in the community? Is small scale, day by day, and just engage and accept that we look different. We are not from there, and we accept the fact that that's who we are. We don't try to be somebody we are not. And the social legitimacy of being able to bring in professionals, working more with people, the experts, the architect, the university professor. So really a journey for social legitimacy. And the last thing I'd say here is political legitimacy. If you ask anyone from Vietnam, can you change the government mind? Do you want to work on government policy? Most people who are honest would say, no, really. I can't do it because it's a wasting of time. It's, for now, after so many years of trying, we stop trying to engage. But I found that there is other way, still working with the government. And through what can I do? It's the government do not trust an NGO, but the government might trust an architect, a professor in the university. So why let them talk to each other? And again, they have more common voice. And I'm staying closer to the community. So we build a spectrum of different actors. And then from different actors, there's some people who can work with the government on that side. Right? So I guess that's probably all the main learning I have come here to share with you all. And I started a feeling that we're really on the right track of really trusting in ourselves and in each other. If we ever want to live in a sustainable world, that would be how we started. Thank you.